Hi, YouTube family.
Hey guys, how are you?
Oh my gosh, we missed you guys.
Totally.
But we're back, and we're back with a juicy question, actually. So we put on our Instagram stories, asked the question saying, can or is it possible for you to fall in love with more than one person at a time?
Absolutely. Is it possible? No, I'm not asking the question. No. Wait. I wasn't answering the question.
You see this shit,
I was
guys?
saying absolutely. Like, I want to repeat the question. Like, absolutely. Is it possible to fall in love with more than one person at a time?
So anyway, that's the question at hand. Stay tuned. We're going to share the responses. We got so much responses back. We're going to be reading them and reacting to them. But
so, let me give you the stats, right? Let me give you the stats.
Can I welcome our first timers before we start talking about stats? They don't know you.
Fine.
If this is your first time tuning into our channel, welcome. We're so glad you're watching. My name is Abisola, and
I'm Shay.
That's Shay, and we're the shows. So we do a lot of Instagram-y kind of things, but try to be more active and present on YouTube. So subscribe down there if you want to see more from us. That would really encourage us to do more of these videos. Okay.
All right, let's talk about falling in love.
Falling in love with more than one person at one time.
So we got 46 people to give a response.
Okay.
And out of the 46 people, a lot of people believe yes. Sorry, a lot of people.
Did the sunlight just go away on us?
Oh, fine, okay. All right.
There we go. Much better. Okay.
Aha, you can see my fine face clear. Okay, so we got 46 responses, right?
Mm-hmm.
And out of the 46, a lot of people think that yes, you can fall in love with more than one person at a time. A lot of people think no. So it's kind of like 67% of people say no, 20% of the people say yes, right? And then about 13% are like, I don't know, myself, I want to know. You gotta tell me, because if it's possible, then maybe I can take that choice.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, no. Let's start with the responses. Let's tell you what people said.
All right.
So the very first person said, "I'll try my best not to."
You better try that best very well.
Wait, so this feels like yes, it's possible, but I will try my best not to
because
to fall in
if
love.
you let your guards down, you really have to be intentional about it. I don't care what anyone says. If you let your guards down, if you're not being intentional, that's why the person said, I'm gonna try my best. It's an action that you have to take. You can't just be like, whatever, and then some guy will see me and be like, hey, baby girl, they be shouting out to me, man. They be shouting.
Wait, come here.
They be shouting like, oh, baby girl, let me talk to you. Can I have your number? Imagine if I'm just like, but he's just a friend. He was just inquisitive. He just wanted to, inquire.
We need to have a conversation.
I tell you every time a guy talks to me, literally every single time.
It sounds like a joke. Now you're actually telling me it's serious.
I mean, I don't even listen to the conversation.
You're not allowed to go outside the house anymore.
I tell you every single time. The other day, I was even walking the kids outside.
With kids?
With 2 children, and this guy was like, oh, baby girl, hey. I was like, you said what? I was across from the street. He was shouting at me from across from the street.
Maybe he thought you were their auntie. See how you're fine like this.
He thought I was their auntie. Well, I didn't wait to hear the rest of that comment. As soon as he said, oh, baby girl, he was even sounded Nigerian too. As soon as he said, oh, baby girl, can I cross? Wait, I said, no.
Where was this around? Where we live or
the
what?
junction up.
Hey!
I was like, you said what? I'm coming. Let me first go home to my husband. And a lot of times that's what I do. The other day when we went, he took me to the club.
See, she said I took her to the club like I took her to hell.
He took me to the club. Then he told me to go in, that he wants to go park the car or something like that. Do you remember?
So people I remember you told me that
so
one.
Of course, I was chilling by myself. And me, Madam Confidence, I was just chilling, looking at, as soon as literally I walked past the check-in and walked in, the first guy that I saw was already like, oh, baby girl. And I was like, yeah.
You know what it is? You know what it is? It's the confidence. When you're confident, you don't need something, you're actually more attractive, and people then want to know more.
I mean, what's the purpose of wearing a whole wedding ring? Do they not?
Guys don't look at the finger.
Is that true? Wait. Is that a thing? Do guys actually not pay attention to wedding rings?
Guys don't notice it. They're looking at the face. At best, they're looking at the chest, but their eyes don't go all the way down.
Listen, the first question the guy asked me, I was like, so my husband and I just inserted it there, and he now retreated. After that,
he said something like, "Oh, when your husband comes,
yeah,
show me.
I want to
say hi."
So that's where we just ended that conversation.
No, it's a lie. He was still trying to test the waters to see if he just lied.
No.
Right, let's go to
okay,
next
next person said,
no, if it's true love, you're mesmerized by them. You don't see anybody else. Like,
I beg, not lie.
no, wait. Okay, let me ask you this question.
Yeah.
Let's be serious. Do you see other people like
No, I don't
me?
see them like that. I don't see them like that.
So why did you say it's a lie?
I don't know. They just sounded like I'm not convinced.
Okay, yeah, it's not that you're mesmerized by the person. You don't see other people. It's like you choose not to see other people.
Yeah, you choose
right?
not to. I don't think in that direction. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine though.
You try small.
Hey. Okay, the next one he said, yes, but one will always be the greater love than the other, right? But it's like, you know what? Maybe I'm not sure. So I'm like,
What do they mean? Like you could fall in love, but then you'll be more in love with another person.
yeah. So think about like how.
Children, don't do that.
Oh,
That is danger zone. Don't even do that.
let's just put it this way.
Yeah.
As a guy, one woman is work enough already. And now if
We
you're
are
falling
work.
in love with two women, I'll come back in a second. If you fall in love with two women, that's double the wahala. But then
We are
women with each
wahala.
other- two women with each other, that's quadruple the wahala. On the flip side, as a woman, one guy is stressing
We are
out.
work. We are wahala.
Wait, I said
Yeah.
I'm doing the other side. I know how I stress her. I know it's all the different stress I give her. I can't open my ash on the Instagram. So if now she's falling in love with two people like this,
Do you know what I've realized from watching? Because I used to watch all these like Oprah shows where she does all these interviews or whatever.
Yeah.
I realized that a lot of people who do that multiple partner thing, the one partner that's at home is the one that gets to deal with all that in quotes wahala and stress and like because the relationship is deeper, and the other person is more. It's like.
so one partner is for like
The other person
fun,
doesn't
and
live
one partner
yes,
is for
yeah.
Yeah,
They don't
I
live
know.
with you. They don't get to do with you didn't put your laundry in the basket. You didn't wash the dishes. Like they don't have to deal with all
But
that.
that's so unfair.
mess.
Do you know why?
Yeah.
Because now you're taking advantage of that one partner that is at home. Because now instead of you giving the person the stress and the fun,
Yeah.
you're giving the person the stress.
And
Then you're
not the
giving
fun.
outsider the fun.
Yeah.
It's not fair at all.
It's of course they don't make no sense. So
Okay. Let's
Yeah.
keep on going.
Next.
Okay, this one said yes,
yes, I can. Hey, only you.
Ah, please, bad guy. Don't let them catch you.
Don't do that. Don't do that at home. Okay.
This one said no. If I'm emotionally in with this one person, then I pin there. Like
I pinned there, man.
I've
I go
stuck there,
nowhere.
like Pinterest. They've glued me with super glue.
Yeah.
No, Gorilla Glue.
Gorilla Glue.
Okay.
This one said it's a no for me. Definitely falling out of love with the other person. I might not know it. That's I you know what I think? I think if you're truly in love with someone, like you would love them too much to want to hurt them. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
then it's not true love. Like you can
That's deep.
be attracted to
Wait,
someone else.
pause. What she just said right there is deep. Like if you're truly in love with someone,
Yeah.
you love them so much that you don't want to hurt them. Because naturally, if you're even if you're not sleeping with someone else, like you just have this emotional connection with that someone else. This person you claim you're in love with will be so hurt. Like I can't imagine her saying, "Oh, she loves me so much, but she just has this really deep emotional connection with this guy friend, but it's so platonic, nothing." Like I'll be jealous. I'll hate it. Like I won't want that to be the case. So
I
man,
can't imagine you saying that either. I'm gonna arrange our boys. I'll arrange my brother and his guys and my
so,
dad.
confession time.
That will happen.
What do you think about having a work wife, work husband?
You already
Like,
have a work wife. He has a work wife.
Please, oh, I don't have.
You have. Should I put her name out
She
there?
believes a manager that I have that I'm so cool with is my work wife. No, we're just cool.
And then she's Asian too. Like, how cute is that? Like, y'all, I'm
She's
jealous.
my manager. Okay.
That don't mean nothing. There be sugar mamas out there and
Oh,
whatnot. But like, they're too. Yeah.
All right, let's just move on. Okay. Okay. This person said no. I don't know how to turn my heart in one. I know how to turn my heart in one direction. Falling in love is a mind game. So I get it, right? You can control your emotions most of the
Yeah.
times. Falling in love is a mind game. Okay, so let's distinguish. There's lust, like this person is fine. I want this person. I want to enjoy this person. And then there's love. Like you don't just fall in love. Like you fall in lust maybe, but not in love. Love, you choose love.
I feel like I think it's sort of possible, maybe for a very short period of time, where like you start getting close. Sometimes there's a blur between and that's why I said you have to be intentional. Like you start getting close to someone, maybe you're just friends, they're sharing like deep things about themselves. You're hearing them out, you're helping them, and some way, somehow, you start to form a connection, and before you know it, it's like, oh my God, I really like this person. And that's why I'm like, I have to be intentional. Like, you can't come to me as a guy.
So I see your point.
And start telling me like, oh, I have this question. And you start telling me like deep things about yourself. Like, by the time we are done with the counseling session, hey, we don't want. So
I see your
if
point.
you're a guy, you come to our inbox with question. Oh yeah, I send it to him. You respond, that kind of thing.
I see your point, right? That because I think back to when we were dating, right? Like we were friends, and I mean, I'm not putting her on blast, but like, she was in this very long distance relationship that we talked about in a different YouTube video. Like, it was fresh out of high school, entered college, then she traveled overseas. The person was in Nigeria, and in quotes, they were dating. And, but there I was, right? I was taking, we were talking with friends. We started, gisting a lot more. And after 3+ months, it was like, okay, we'd be catching feelings. And so it raised that question that, okay, was that feeling just, feelings, or were we really falling in love? And in that scenario, I think, yes, we actually did fall in love. Clearly, we've been married 9 years plus, right? But to her point, it's like, you don't want to leave that avenue open, because then you will become so emotionally attached. I think that's the thing, right? We became so emotionally attached, and then at that point we had to have that conversation that, okay, I guess we're now here. You're in this relationship, kind of, right? But now you're also really liking me. Like, we really need to make a choice. I now know this is what I want, right? I can't just kind of I can't just be a friend.
I can't friend zone you forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so I don't play that game no more. As a woman, I think we've talked about this in our one of our videos, but as a woman,
we'll link it here.
I don't keep too close like guy friendships. Like, I have male friends, don't get me wrong, but they're also his friends. So that, that cycle kind of works.
Okay, so this one said, me, I don't like essay. There's nothing to discuss. No.
Don't stress me out, man. I beg. The answer is no.
Oh my.
Okay. So this person said more than one. There's nothing else.
That's not love.
Oh.
That's something else.
That's something else. Oh, more than one. That's something else. Not love.
I mean, normally I would say yes, that's true. But then after seeing our experience as friends, right? We truly fell in love. On the one hand, our relationship was sort of a long distance relationship. And I don't want to say she wasn't in a relationship, but like, it wasn't a typical relationship. And okay, sorry, madam.
I think that let's not discredit long distance relationships. They're valid. They're even long distance marriages. So the fact that it's long distance is absolutely no excuse.
Okay.
And friends, don't do that at home.
Okay.
But yeah, in my case, I would say that we barely communicated. I could barely tell you much about this person just because there was no communication in our relationship. But I was also very young and naive, right? Guy comes to talk to me. I'm like, okay, we can be friends. I don't really have enough friends, so I want to be friends. He seemed like a cool guy. And literally, I was just so naive. Like, I was just like, he's a cool friend. We had similar values. Like,
I was a cool friend, though.
You were cool friends. Like, he definitely kept me entertained and whatever. So in my head, like, and I think I've said this several times before. Like, I had a best friend that I have a best friend, and I was like, oh my gosh, you should meet this friend I just met. I was telling her, I was like, you should meet this guy I just met. Like, he's so cool. You guys would get along. Like, oh my gosh. And I was like trying to hook him up with her. Like, that's how honestly innocent I was. But I think I've learned so much from that experience, and I think it has shaped how I make certain decisions or whatever. Like, I don't want to get too close to a guy just because I've had that experience in the past, and I don't recommend it for anyone either. As a lady, let everyone kind of have their place. Yeah.
I hear you. So you're lucky, Sha, that you fell in love with a good guy, that I wasn't a player.
If you were a player, I think I was young, but I was also, I said I was naive. I was,
all right, cool.
I was brought up by solid set of parents.
Okay, so these next two people were saying, one, no, love is a commitment. You can't commit to two people. Another person said, no, one is not love. I agree.
Deep.
I agree. Like, if we're talking of romantic love, it's hard to show romantic love to two people.
More than one person.
Right, it's really hard. And there are many parts of being in love, right? There's the romantic side, there's the emotional connection, there's the friendship. But like, marriage and the love in marriage is so special that it's really hard to have that for more than one person.
Yeah.
Like you can have friends that you love, many friends you love, but that's more like brotherly friendship love, and that's needed, right? But when you're talking about romantic, man, yeah.
I watched one Nigeria movie on YouTube, not that long.
What's the name of the movie? Tell
I
me.
forgot it.
Yeah.
I forgot it. It's what's the name of this Calabar guy?
Can this be love? Ed Embassy.
Is that his name?
I don't know. I just came up with the Calabar name.
No, God.
All right. Anyway, what's the point?
No, that was what the movie was about. Like he was married to his wife, and then he had a girlfriend on the side, and he was like honestly, genuinely in love.
Yeah. Actually, no.
He was in love with both people.
So it brings up a very valid question. In some religions, they sanction a man, getting married to multiple women, up to 4 women. So what about that? Will you say that the man isn't in love with the 4 women?
I mean, I didn't say that one, no. Because I don't want to disrespect any religion. No, I think that they have their arrangement. They have a way that the system works for them. My own basis is on the Bible.
Keeping religion aside, let's be frank, right? You get married to multiple people, right? Let's actually think about it practically. Like, is that? Do you think the guy is not in love, or he's in love with all 4 people?
I don't think so. I think I call this okay. I don't want to be disrespectful to any religion, but I think looking at it from the guy's perspective, I think it's a selfish thing to do. Let me finish. Because I feel like, you get wife number 1, you enjoy her freshness for like 1 or 2 years. You enjoy everything. You really love her. You still love her, but getting old. That one is now getting stale, And then you bring in wife number 2. Again, please, no offense to you guys are practicing this. Enjoy her freshness. You milk it till she's fresh no more. Think about it. Why don't they marry all 4 at the same time on the same day? Because they're just trying to like enjoy that new wife, So in my opinion, they love everyone. That's fine, but like it's just a very.
So here's what I'll say. I'll not use the word love. They're responsible for everyone.
True.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're very right. You enjoy her freshness. You get the best of it, and then after that, you go and get a replacement, and they get the best of that one. And I think, what if the tables were turned? What if it's now guys like? The lady enjoys the guy freshness. I guess the human bodies don't work that way. Guys keep going until they fall into the grave. But still, I think it's just something to think about.
Yeah, y'all don't come for us though.
Please come for us.
If that's your religion, you do you.
So a couple of people there, I would like to know how that works. I can lust after multiple women, but not fall in love with multiple women. I get it. This person was like, "Hey, I plead the 5th." So in America, the 5th Amendment is that if they take you to court, you cannot be forced to say something that will incriminate yourself. So, he's not going to say anything that will incriminate you.
Leave me out of this.
Another person is like, thank God for this question. I've been looking for the answer to this. I want to know. Okay.
That's why we're here.
All right. Another person said, yes, I can fall in love with more than one, but I can only be intimate with one. Bro, I assume it's a guy that said this, but bro, man.
How do you know?
Okay, fine. A lady that said this, bro, sis. Tell yourself you can fall in love with more than one person. Very soon you find yourself getting intimate. Because a lot of people that cheat, they don't cheat just because the lady comes and says, hey, I want to. I mean, some just want to cheat. That's fine. But most of the people that innocently cheat, it starts from they're very good friends with a lady. And then gradually they are just spending time, then they touch the lady more. They're friends, right? It's just platonic. But then they hold each other like this. Then before that, and the next thing.
She is just looking for excuse to be holding and be kissing. That's his own.
I'm just letting you know that's how it goes, right?
Yeah,
and so,
I agree.
Danger zone.
Danger.
Alright, this one said, crush, maybe yes. Fall in love, no. Infatuation, yes. Love at the end of the day is a decision. Absolutely. And I think that's actually a very valid point. A lot of people can be infatuated with people while they are married, and then they, work their minds out of it. Like, this is crazy. And once again, it starts from spending time with too many other people, or sometimes watching things that you're not supposed to be watching on the interwebs. Let's just leave it there.
True.
All right. Love is deep. You can have 2 feelings for multiple people at the same time. Feelings are tricky. So this is one thing that keeps coming, right? It's not about feelings, right? Feelings are tricky. You can like 2 people at once, but love is a choice. Yeah, you can. I can say a fine girl, I'm like, man, she looks good, and gradually, okay, I develop feelings.
So you can.
But I only see you. Nobody. Nobody.
All right. The next one said, once in love with more than one person. I saw that, so once in love with more than one person, then it ain't love no more. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm not talking anymore before I incriminate myself.
Yeah, like I said, I think once you cross that line, it's like then it's unfair to the original person. And if you truly love them, like you claim you do, then you wouldn't hurt them in that way. So I think, yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Is there any such thing as platonic love?
What's that?
Because this person said, romantically, no. If the person, then the psychology needs to be checked. But platonic love, yes for all.
I mean, of course, we love our neighbors as ourselves now. Duh. Like, of course, I love my neighbors. I love you guys. Like, I love everyone. I don't hate people.
Let me ask the question again. Can I have platonic love for your best friend? That is not just I love my neighbor, something like that. Or can you have platonic love for my best friend? That's not just I love my neighbor.
Isn't platonic like I love my neighbor?
It's supposed to be, but I don't understand what they mean by platonic love.
Yeah, no. It's either romantic or platonic, right? Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay, so fair enough. All right, a few more, just 3 more. One is like, no, it's even scary falling in love these days. That falling in love is now like a risk. Man, it seems like this person may have been through some challenges or knows somebody that's been through some challenges of having their heart broken.
Yeah, this is kind of like what we talked about during our Instagram live today. Like the idea, like, yes, falling in love is a risk because there are psycho people in this world. But like, I like the idea of building a friendship first. Like, yes, you go out on date number 1 or date number 2 with someone, but just kind of let's be friends. Let's talk late into the night. Let's talk for 6 hours straight. Let's text back and forth and really understand who each other, like understand one another, understand our friendship. Like, let's just be friends.
Yeah.
And see where that goes.
So I agree. The way I think about it, this concept of falling in love, Hollywood has sold us a lie. That you go out on a date, you meet this guy, he's fine next to you, you guys slam each other on the wall, you kiss, and you don't, not lie. Like, people, I mean, maybe some people do that. Yeah, people certainly, have sex that way or kiss that way. But that doesn't mean they fall in love, right? They're just attracted to each other. And so I feel like the idea of, I see you and now I'm falling in love. Like, I'm not falling in love, I'm choosing to love you. And I choose to love you based on your attributes, right? At first, I'm attracted to you, so I choose to be romantically connected to you. But then I like the way you talk to me, the way we vibe. I like the way you think. I like your values. And I'm like, man, I really want to be with you because we're really in sync, right? So at that point, that's part of
I enjoy your company,
yeah,
too.
I enjoy your company. Because otherwise, man, you'll be bored for God knows how many years. Oh, okay. At least this one is honest. No, they will catch me. Well,
it's like, otherwise I may have ventured that way, but
I just have a question. So, if they couldn't catch you, what would you do?
Let's leave that question as an open question.
Okay.
This one said, my heart cannot see another person when I'm in love. I have to fall out to fall in. Oh,
that's deep.
That's so sweet.
All right, final one says, yes, if you allow it, but commitment makes you choose one over the other.
I agree with that person.
So let's go back to that situation that you talked about yourself.
Yeah.
Essentially, yes, you did fall in love with me after 3 months plus of friendship and all of that. And then eventually you had to choose. And so what did you choose? I mean, well, we know what you chose, clearly. But why did you choose me? I guess that's the question.
Why are you going to put me on the spot like that? I think that I got to the point where I was just so close to you that it just kind of only made sense. Like, you were the person I was closest to. Like, you were the closest friend that I had. Sorry, Bolanli. It got to a point where, like, literally I was talking to you all the time. I was texting you all the time. And in terms of our values, like, we just kind of got each other. It's very hard to find someone like that, where you just kind of get the person, like, even though you have your weirdness, like, literally, I don't know if you know this, but, like, I actually thought that I would not, there was a point where I was like, I don't think I can marry anyone because, like, they wouldn't get me. I'm just kind of weird. Like, I'm picky in some areas, I'm weird in some areas, like.
Oh, you're not at all. You're not.
Babe,
I was shaking my head that you're not. I promise.
But yeah, like, the fact that those things that I thought were a big deal, like, it just was not even a big deal for him. Like, I was like, wow, like, yeah. So I was like, okay, like, this person actually gets me. Like, they don't judge me for being weird or anything like that,
So, can I put you on the spot even further?
No.
Imagine if the other person was like physically in the United States at that time when you fell. You know, we're always talking.
Then I don't think that would have happened because
So
like
there would have been no space for me to even enter.
yeah, the space was literally there. Like I you know, again, we were in college. This was the days before
How old were you?
WhatsApp.
21 years old?
I was 20. This was the
Instagram
days.
didn't exist. It was just Facebook.
There was no Instagram. There was
Okay.
no WhatsApp. Like I couldn't just pick up the phone and call. Like I would have to buy a calling card.
And you were a broke student.
I was broke. I mean, I worked on campus and then I spent like half of my money on calling cards.
So actually,
Which was not a lot at all.
So I think this.
So we
raises-
spoke like once a week, like for
And
an
even
hour,
then-
and
an
even
hour.
you know, like something like that. But like half the time, like we're just quiet on the phone, just burning money. Like we didn't have anything to talk about. So I mean, not to talk down about the previous relationship, but I didn't even know. I wasn't close to him. I didn't know enough about him.
So I think it raises an important point that you just hit on. Like, love and a good relationship thrives on communication.
Oh yeah,
Because it's through communication you get to know the other person, you get to know more of the values, you get to build that closeness. And ultimately that's why they say like you have to manage your communication with the opposite gender at some point, otherwise you just end up finding yourself falling in love.
Yes,
Man,
what he
that's
said.
Okay, I should be a therapist, you know, right?
Well,
I'll be charging prime dollar.
as long as I get to share that money, that's cool.
Yeah, what is mine is yours. What is yours is yours, right?
I think we got some great responses.
Yeah.
Like thanks to everyone who participated.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was actually quite entertained when I was seeing the responses come in. So I hope you guys found this somewhat helpful. So what is actually the conclusion? Can you fall in love with more than one person?
I think that yes, you can become very emotionally attached with more than one person, but you at some point have to choose that. Do I cut this off because it's impacting the person I love, not just emotionally, but romantically, physically, and everything? Or do I keep it knowing that I'm going to hurt this person? So I think the answer is yes, you can become very emotionally attached to the person where you feel like you're falling in love, but at some point you really do need to make that choice because it's going to hurt people a lot and you don't want that to be the case.
That's a great summary. High five.
Hey, bad guy.
All right, with these few points of ours, anyway. Anyway,
peace out.
Peace out. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and drop a comment below.
And tell us any questions you'd like us to discuss.
Yeah, I like that.
Absolutely. Later.
Bye.